Crash Bandicoot 2.
A masterpiece. Maybe the best PS1 game ever. A game that the devs of Naughty Dog just can't top at that point. Psych! They can.
This is Crash Bandicoot 3. After the release of Crash Bandicoot and Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back in the late 90s, Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped got released in 1998. A time where everything was a little more colorful. People looked like this, well, I look more like this, and the charm of the world didn't get killed by minimalism yet. The story starts at the end of Crash Bandicoot 2, right after we destroy Cortex Space Station. Pieces of the space station fall back to Earth, crash into an ancient monument, and release Uka Uka, the evil twin brother of our good old friend Aku Aku. And I'm not gonna lie,
it took me some time to realize that's just his name backwards.
Uka Uka teams up with Cortex and Dr. Nefarious Tropy, the Master of Time, to rule over the world by traveling back in time and collecting the crystals that they need for their evil plan. And is that plan creative?
No.
But is it successful?
No.
Cause they're up against Crash and Coco, and they mean business in this game. You want to be a scuba diver? No problem. You want to ride a tiger? No problem.
You want to fly a plane and commit several murders out here? No problem. You want to ride a motorcycle? Problem. Cause the controls of that thing is a quick reminder why I have to go to therapy each Thursday.
Since we're traveling back in time in this game, the level themes are also showing a big amount of variety. Medieval times, old temples, dinosaurs.
Naughty Dog literally just said just add everything at that point.
For reference, all the following levels are already happening in the first 30 minutes of the game. Level 1, we are in medieval times. Then like 4 levels later, we are riding on a jet ski. And then in level 8, we are riding on a motorcycle down the Route 66.
To me it feels like they had a challenge going on to see how many genres they can fit into one game. But honestly, it totally works.
And you know what else really works? The controls. Man, they are good in this game. Everything feels so precise, you already know exactly where you will land while you are still mid-air. The new added double jump, amazing. The new flying tornado move, awesome. Sniping robots with our new Wumpa weapon, brilliant. The vehicles, could be a bit better. As I said a little earlier, especially the jet ski is a nightmare to control. I'll try to explain it for those of you who never played this game before. Do you know how hard it is to control a shopping cart sometimes, cause one wheel is acting up like that?
Yeah, it feels like that.
Other than that, I feel like the levels in this game got a little easier compared to Crash 2 and especially Crash 1. The amount of times I went game over in this game can be counted on the fingers of one hand, and I bet every one of y'all that actually have a normal sized brain, different to mine, are able to beat the game with 0 game overs. At the end of every 5 levels we have to fight against one of the bosses, and this is just another point where Crash 3 knocks the 2 predecessors out of the park. Don't get me wrong, Ripperoo for example, great boss, yes.
Nothing wrong with that. But what about a crocodile dingo hybrid with the flamethrower?
Even though I can't say I was necessarily happy when I saw Engine again, that fight in Crash 2 was a literal cramp. The bigger cramp would be though to 100% or even 105% that game. If you don't want to do it, it's alright, no consequences, except for you just getting the most unsatisfying outro cutscene ever.
So I guess it's time to do some backtracking to get the true ending. And when I say some backtracking, yeah, that's an understatement.
Next to the 25 crystals that we already have in a collection, since we had to collect them to get to the final fight, we now have to collect 42 gems and 28 platinum relics for the true ending, which is actually quite worth it. I love that ending cutscene. Or you could collect 45 gems and 30 platinum relics for 105% plus the true ending. And for that we have to find the 2 secret levels, break every single crate in the game and go back into every level to do a so-called time trial, which is basically a speedrun. And I repeat, you have to do that in every level.
I take that back what I said earlier that Crash 3 is easier than Crash 2.
There is even a way to 110% the game. If you own the Japanese version and the Japanese PlayStation 1 and connect it to a Japanese exclusive Pocket Station that has a save data with certain requirements of Dokodemo Crash, a game that you only can access by connecting the Pocket Station to the Japanese PlayStation 1 with the Japanese version of Crash 3 in it. So if you are not from Japan, you might as well forget about that option.
But I would say if you don't necessarily try to 100% that game, yeah, that game is one of the greatest gaming experiences that you can have in the 3D platforming world. And I also hope you had a great experience watching this video. And if you didn't and don't want to subscribe right now, I'm gonna delete your 105% save file.